Hey guys, welcome to Unacademy. This is the continuation of the solution for the prelims mock by the Unacademy, and so we're going to start with the 35th question onwards. And this is regarding the question on UPSC. So the first statement is wrong. Why? Because the chairman and the members both are appointed by the President of India and not elected. Members of the commission hold office for either a 6-year term or 65 years of age, and the conditions are set by the President of India and not the Parliament. So the answer is none of the above. So that's what the answer is, and you can same explanation is given here. You can read. And this is regarding what are the features of a unitary government, and no division of power. Certainly, that's why it makes it is unitary, single power center. Independent judiciary not necessary. There can be a dependent judiciary in a unitary system. Supremacy constitution also not necessary. Constitution could be written or not. And unicameral legislature not necessary. There can be bicameral legislature in a unitary government. And so the answer is one only, C. So these are the other features of the unitary government. Do read them. And this is regarding the committees. So speaker is the chairman of which parliamentary committee? He or she is the chairman of the business advisory committee, which deals with the various businesses and programs that are taken up by the house. So it has 15 members, including the speaker. So which of the following veto power is not enjoyed by the President of India? That is qualified veto. So this is enjoyed by only the American president, and Indian president enjoys absolute veto, suspensive veto, and pocket veto. I hope you already know the difference between these. If not, do read about them here, or also read more from the Lakshmikant. So which of the following is incorrect? President of India constitute Finance Commission after 5 years. Yes, but not to review the financial position of Panchayat and municipality, but to review the financial position of the state and center, and discuss the allocation of resources from the common pool from center to states. So the 14th Financial Commission had recommended 42% allocation of the common pool. So money bill introduced in state legislature only with the recommendation of governor. Yes, that is true. So office of governor is not a state employment, not an employment under the central government. That is true. It's a constitutional position. So the incorrect is A. So it is regarding the though some recommendations regarding panchayat and municipalities can be given, that is not the prime aim for appointing the Finance Commission by the president. So this is regarding Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. His date of election is not fixed by the President of India, Prime Minister of India. It's fixed by the Speaker of Lok Sabha. He is elected by Lok Sabha from amongst members. Yes, true. Subordinate to Speaker? Certainly not, because he himself also is a constitutional authority. So the answer is C. So which are the following departments under the Home Ministry? Internal Security, yes. Kashmir Affairs, Jammu Kashmir Affairs, yes. Official Language, yes. Border Management, yes. Administrative Reforms and Public Grievance, no. So that makes the answer C. The other extra not mentioned is Department of States. So this is regarding 97 Amendment of 2011 regarding the cooperative societies. So yes, it makes forming cooperative society a fundamental right. It does not add part 9A, but it adds 9B. 9A is added by the 94th Amendment regarding the municipalities. It included a new DPSP. Yes, it does. So do find out what is the new DPSP that is added by that amendment. So this is regarding the features that have been borrowed from 1935 Government of India Act to the Constitution. So parliamentary privilege and bicameralism, no. Bicameralism came to India much before, though it can also be said to have been borrowed from the British system. Also parliamentary privilege is borrowed from the British system. Federal scheme, yes, it wanted to establish an All India Federation, though it couldn't do that. Judiciary, yes, it established the Federal Court, the Supreme Court in Delhi. Cabinet system, no. Cabinet system came to India much before under the Lord Canning and the government, the Council of India Act after that. And it can also be said to have been borrowed from the British system and not from the 1935 Act. So that makes the answer C. Also do read more about this 1935 Act. It also contributes to this Public Service Commission, also is something that is borrowed from this act, and there are some other administrative details and so on. So it's a very important act. Do read more about it. So this is regarding the financial emergency. There is no upper time limit, so it can continue more than 6 months. So first statement is wrong, and the resolution should be approved by special majority? Certainly not. It can be approved by a simple majority. So that makes the answer D, neither 1 and 2. So this is regarding the oath and affirmation that falls under the third schedule of Indian Constitution. So which of the officers have it as a part of this third schedule? So all of them have except the Attorney General of India, though is considered part of the executive and also is a constitutional post, but his oath is not under the third schedule. Other all have their oaths under third schedule. These are the other important constitutional bodies and so on who have their oath under the third schedule. So this is regarding the IUC in Red Data Book. So the first statement is wrong. Why? Because it can be endangered, critically endangered, vulnerable, least concern, but that can be also extinct or extinct and wild. So we are not sure. This first statement is wrong. This definition for this critically endangered, that is the taxon has to has to reducing over 90% of population in last 10 years. That is true. So the answer is 1 only. So that we are asking for incorrect statement. So this is regarding the biosphere reserves and UNEP on that. So this first statement is completely true because it's wrong. First statement is wrong because this buffer, core and transition zones are there. Community areas is not there, and it not always. So in the buffer and transition area there are certain rights etc. allowed for the addressing local condition, but core is completely restricted, and this community areas is not part of this. There is no such term under this biosphere reserve. So it's core, buffer and transition areas. So UNEP carries out process of recognizing biosphere reserves various as part of this Manan Biosphere Reserve Program. That is also wrong. It is the UNESCO Manan Biosphere Reserve Program. So 10 out of 18 biosphere reserves in India are a part of this MAB. So do read, you should know what are the 18 biosphere reserves, and more importantly, which of the 10 in that 18 are part of this MAB. Recently, the Agasthyamala Biosphere Reserve was added. So it's an important question. So this is regarding the ozone depletion. So presence of polar stratospheric clouds helps in compensation of ozone depletion. That is wrong. The second statement also is wrong because it cannot be eliminated. Unlike other chemicals, they have this process of multiplying. Also, all this scavenging process such as photodissolution, rainout, oxidation, etc. cannot eliminate CFC. That is why it's a very dangerous chemical. And every spring, hole as big as USA develops the Arctic Circle, and in the North Pole you see ozone depletion. Certainly not. It's the ozone hole is primarily found in the Antarctic region, and that happens in every spring. So it's not in the Arctic region. It's in the South Pole, Antarctic region. So the answer is none of the above because none of these options are correct. So this is regarding the wetlands. So which of these are correctly matched? So first match is wrong. It's not man-made. It's natural inland wetlands, swamps. Estuary are coastal and they are natural. Narmada forms an estuary, in its entrance to the sea. The ash ponds are inland man-made wetlands. Lagoons are natural and coastal wetlands. So that makes the answer 2, 3, 4. That is C. Also, do read about wetlands and so on in more details. There are different bogs, ferns, etc. are there. Bogs, fens, etc. are there. Do read about those wetlands also. So this is regarding the lowering of ocean pH. It can happen due to uptake of carbon compounds by the ocean. And what do you term it as? So what is that process called? It's called ocean acidification. So that is the answer B, because oceans are huge reservoirs of absorbing CO2. All this phytoplanktons etc. absorb the CO2. So that eventually, and so that will lead to more and more carbonate ions in the ocean and lead to increase in CO2, and it'll it'll become more acidic and get less alkaline. So this ocean acidification is a big issue because it affects the ecology and the marine species etc. So we'll continue with the other solutions in the next video. Thank you for watching.